Hello and welcome to a CFMEU news update. This week's bulletin has a special focus, the union's recent national convention. More than 400 delegates and guests attended the once every 4 years event, which is an important event for rank and file members to decide the union's future direction. To discuss this, we're joined by National President Tony Maher. Tony, one of the important aspects of the convention is to decide the future direction of the union. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, look, every 4 years we have a convention to reflect on how we've gone in the last 4 years and to plan policies for the next. 4 years ago, the big challenges were climate change, the mining tax and a change of government, defeating the Howard government. This year, the challenges are even greater and more complex, we face the return of work choices if an Abbott government is re-elected. We face still great inequality in this country in terms of wealth distribution, but we also find an economy going through restructuring where the Australian dollar is killing jobs. So we're campaigning on those issues.
Well, here's a little bit of what Aaron Smith from the Broadmeadow Lodge in Central Queensland had to say.
This is my first convention since being in this position. Been really great to be able to attend this convention, mainly because what I've taken out of it was to see what's affecting us isn't just affecting us, it's also affecting other sectors of the CFMEU around Australia, but not only that, also the world globally. After hearing stories today, especially for a representative from South Africa, yeah, that was pretty, we've got to be pretty fortunate in this country that we don't have to go through some of the things that they're going through.
Tony, I believe there was a strong contingent of international guests. What were they talking about at the convention?
Oh yes, we had Senzeni Zokwana, the president of the South African National Union of Mineworkers, who spoke passionately about the tragedy at the Marikana mine and several other mines in South Africa, the violence that's broken out there, and he made it very clear that the South African people and the National Union of Mineworkers have faced violence before and will face it again, and they won't back down. It's a tragic set of circumstances, but the right people are running the union in South Africa, and as I say, they won't back down.
You also had some delegates there from New Zealand.
Oh, absolutely. The New Zealand EPMU we've been working with them on the Pike River Royal Commission. Its report was recently handed down, totally vindicating the stance of the union and the families of the victims. And basically that means that it's been recommended that Australian mine safety laws be implemented in New Zealand. And if they were implemented, the disaster at Pike River would never have happened. So that was a very live subject at the convention.
Well, we're lucky to hear from Senzeni, President of the South Africa's National Union of Mineworkers. Here's what he had to say.
Miners are miners. It doesn't matter which country they belong to. They face similar conditions. They face arrogant employers. They face exploitation. They face death. Therefore, coming together, doing solidarity work is the only thing that can make us proud of ourselves and defend the weak from the bosses. And I think that the debates here have shown that Australia is committed in doing that. As we agreed recently to take up a Rio Tinto, a Strata and others, that is a struggle I think we need to engage on, all of us, so that no company must hide from its own country by applying different standards informed by national laws. I have been impressed since I've been here.
Tony, I understand the convention also focused on the role of women. I understand traditionally mining's been very male-dominated. Are things starting to change now? Yeah,
things are changing. I mean, the demographics in the industry is changing. There are more women, and the union's changing with it. And we've got our first ever elected Board of Management member in the Northern District, Nicole Samuelson. She's a terrific young delegate and a unionist for everybody, not just the women. And we had recently in Canberra a CFMEU-wide women's conference, and that was attended by 70 women from the building industry, the forestry industry, mining and energy industries. So we need to put in place structures to encourage their participation, and I think we'll see a lot more of women in our union, and it's a good thing. And the same with youth. I was really impressed at the National Convention of Miners and Energy Workers that there are so many young workers keen to be involved in the union. So we've decided after they abducted me in the bar one night to put up that there be a youth conference, and that's the way that we can expose them to the senior leadership of the union and also expose the senior leadership of the union to them. So I think that's a great step forward.
Well, let's hear a little bit from Nicole Samuelson now. This is what she had to say at the convention.
The union isn't just part of the job that people have to be in. It's not about that. We have a union to look after our rights and our safety, and it's just a passion of mine. People need to realise it's not the bosses that give you the good hours and the good pay. They're not the ones that go out to the local footy club and support the young fellas playing soccer or the young kids playing soccer. That's what we do as a union. Traditionally, it's been a male-dominated industry. The CFMEU is now offering women like myself the opportunity to come in and be part of that industry, and they're doing a fantastic job of it.
Tony, the convention also acknowledged past members.
Oh, absolutely. We always invite representatives of the Retired Miners Association. They are the heart and soul of the union movement. They harbour the history. They've got the corporate knowledge of the union, and they're active in their communities. And we need to, involve them and hear from them, and we do. And it was a great honour.
Now let's hear from one of our retired miners, Merv.
This is my second convention since joining the Retired Mine Workers. I've enjoyed both of them. This one was excellent. I think it's the best one I've been to, and it's very obvious to me that the union's in good hands.
So Tony, it seems like the convention was a huge success.
Oh, absolutely. It's the ultimate test for a union to see if it's in touch with its members' views, and I think this has been the best ever.
Thanks, Tony, for telling us all about it. And of course, if you would like to hear more from the delegates, make sure you visit the website.